Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm taking you on a calm, rainy day drive through Lincoln, Nebraska. We're entering from West O Street and slowly making our way toward downtown Lincoln. The roads are wet, the lights are reflecting on the pavement, and there's a soft, peaceful atmosphere outside. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this simple drive as I show you a few everyday views from around the city. As we come down from the bridge and roll closer to downtown, you'll start to see some of Lincoln's beautiful churches on both sides of the road. Their tall steeples, brick walls, and quiet streets add a calm, old-town feeling to this rainy day. A little further ahead, the skyline opens up and the Nebraska State Capitol comes into view, standing tall in the distance. Even on a cloudy, wet day like this, it looks special and unique, guiding us as we drive toward the heart of downtown Lincoln. As I keep driving toward downtown, let me tell you a little about Lincoln's story. Before this was a city, this whole area was open prairie, home to Native American tribes who lived and hunted along Salt Creek. Later, in 1856, a tiny village called Lancaster was founded here. Settlers came mainly because of the natural salt flats in the area. They thought salt could make this place rich and important. When Nebraska became a state in 1867, the government needed a new capital city. The village of Lancaster was chosen, renamed Lincoln after President Abraham Lincoln, and slowly began to grow. Over time, the railroads, the University of Nebraska, and the state capitol turned this small, salty village into the busy, modern city we're driving through today. As we get closer to downtown, this city also reminds me of the University of Nebraska, Lincoln, the heart of education and student life here. It started as a small campus on the prairie and has grown into a big public research university with students from all over the world. Red brick buildings, green lawns, and the famous Husker spirit give it a special energy. On game days, the whole city feels alive, but even on quiet days, the university keeps Lincoln young, active, and full of ideas for the future. As I'm driving today, the weather in Lincoln is just beautiful in its own cozy way. Windy, a little chilly, cloudy, and lightly rainy. The sky is soft and gray, the wind moves the trees, and the wet roads shine with reflections from the lights around us. It's the kind of day that makes a simple drive feel calm and peaceful. Lincoln itself is a very driving city, with long, straight roads laid out mostly in a grid, making it easy to move from one side of town to the other. Streets like West O and the roads leading into downtown connect neighborhoods, parks, and the university area. So every route shows you a different side of the city. On rainy days like this, the traffic is usually gentle, people drive a bit slower, and you really get time to notice the churches, old buildings, and everyday life happening along these roads as we roll quietly toward the heart of Lincoln. As we get closer to the university area, this part of Lincoln is also home to many of the sororities and fraternities of the University of Nebraska, Lincoln. These are student houses where members live together, study together, and build a strong community. You'll see big, beautiful houses with Greek letters on the front. Each one has its own history, traditions, and group of students. Greek life at UNL isn't just about social events. Many of these fraternities and sororities organize charity work, fundraisers, and volunteer projects for the community. They help new students adjust to university life, create lifelong friendships, and add a lot of energy to this part of the city. So when you see these houses along the road, you're looking at an important piece of student life and culture in Lincoln. As I get closer to downtown, I turn onto L Street, one of the quieter roads just off the busy main routes. Houses and small apartments line the sides, mixed with a few offices and older buildings that have seen many seasons of Lincoln life. L Street feels like a transition zone, not fully downtown, but not really a neighborhood street either. The traffic is a bit softer here, and on this cloudy, rainy day, the wet pavement and shining reflections make it feel calm and relaxed. From here, it's just a short drive before the streets start getting busier, the buildings get taller, and we roll right into the heart of downtown Lincoln. Merging onto I-180 heading east now. The city opens up for a moment. Wet lanes, bright reflections, and those downtown buildings fading behind in the mirrors. Off to the side, you can catch a glimpse of Memorial Stadium and the rail lines that stitch Lincoln together. I'm settling into highway speed, keeping a gentle pace for the rain. Overhead signs are coming up. Watch for exit 403. I'll stay in the right lane early, signal on, nice and smooth. The wipers keep time, the wind hums across the bridge, and we drift with the traffic like a calm river of headlights. Easing off the ramp, light on the brakes, and rolling into the next stretch of our rainy day drive. Interstate 80, or I-80, is like the main highway spine that connects Lincoln to the rest of the country. It runs all the way across the United States, from the East Coast to the West Coast, and Lincoln sits right along this busy route. From here, as I head toward exit 403, I'm basically connecting our quiet city drive to one of America's major travel corridors. On any given day, you'll see long-haul trucks, travelers, and road trippers passing by on I-80. Some stopping in Lincoln for fuel, food, or rest, and then continuing their journeys across Nebraska's wide, open landscape. On a chilly, cloudy, rainy day like today, even this huge interstate feels a bit calm and peaceful, with headlights glowing softly on the wet pavement. 27th Street in Lincoln is one of those long, straight roads that really shows everyday life in the city. As I drive along 27th, you can see how it changes from one area to another. In some parts, it feels more residential with older houses, big trees, and quiet side streets turning off in a neat grid. In other stretches, it becomes busier, with gas stations, grocery stores, small restaurants, and local businesses lining both sides of the road. Traffic on 27th Street is usually steady because it's a major north-south route that connects different neighborhoods to downtown, the university area, and the main highways. On a chilly, cloudy, slightly rainy day like today, the headlights and traffic signals reflect on the wet pavement, and everything feels a little slower and calmer. You'll see city buses passing by, students and workers crossing at the lights, and long lines of cars moving through the intersections. What I like about 27th Street is that it doesn't try to be fancy, it's just real, everyday Lincoln. Car washes, small shops, churches, schools, and apartment buildings all appear one after another. If you keep following 27th for a while, you cross over important roads like O Street and Cornhusker, and each crossing feels like a small gateway into another part of the city. Driving here gives you a good sense of how Lincoln is built. Simple, practical, and quietly alive with people going about their daily routines. After spending some time driving around Lincoln, I'm starting to feel a little hungry, so now I'm heading over to McDonald's to grab some food. On a chilly, cloudy, slightly rainy day like this, even a simple stop for fries and a burger feels extra comforting. The wet streets, glowing traffic lights, and fast food signs in the distance all add to that classic road trip feeling. Even though I'm still right here in the city, as I pull closer, you can see the familiar yellow arches ahead, cars lined up in the drive-thru, and people going in and out with warm bags of food in their hands. I'll just take a quick break here, recharge a little, and then continue our drive through Lincoln together. Sometimes it's these small, ordinary stops that make a simple city drive feel more real and relatable. Now that I've grabbed some food, it's time to head to work. I pull out from McDonald's back onto the wet road, the wipers still moving slowly across the windshield. The sky is cloudy, the air is chilly, and that light rain is still falling, but it actually makes the drive feel calm and focused. This is the kind of weather where the city seems a little quieter, like everyone is just minding their own business, and moving gently through the day. As I drive toward work, I pass the same streets, lights, and buildings that I see almost every day, but today I'm sharing them with you. These are the normal moments of life in Lincoln. Going from home to the city, grabbing a quick meal, and then heading to work to start the day. Nothing dramatic, nothing fancy, just real, everyday life. And sometimes, these simple drives, with some rain on the window and a peaceful road ahead, are exactly what we need. Thanks for riding along with me through Lincoln today. I'll see you again in another interesting video about Nebraska. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay with me for more peaceful drives and beautiful places.